Tonight, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
It is a brisk night in the Midwest as we bring you football from Paul Brown Stadium in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Seahawks. And even 50 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Ball carrier.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Joe Mixon.
Brandon, all things considered, They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Joe Mixon. That's good.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
On 2nd down, Burrow over the middle to Smith. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him.
Pressure comes. LJ. 5th sack of the season.
A little time to develop, and it can often hit long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Attack a screen.
Typically, you still cover the screen. Now,
flag on the feet of 10.
17-yard line. A gain of 10. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They go play action with Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Now it's Carson. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 13.
1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. They go play action now. Wilson flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 2nd down, muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
5-yard pickup on the play.
Play action. It's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit. It's way too early for panic.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Jason Myers to kick off for us.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. On the delay, it's Mixon. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
The ball carrier.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. Caught out left side by Robinson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. L.J. Collier in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line.
10-10. At their own.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they feel.
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
They'll run. This is Cannon. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because you have people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now Burrow down around. Incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
54 Mike. Check.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And out now come the Seahawks. They've been able to move the ball well in the air, and certainly a big reason why those receiving corps have been excellent.
There's no doubt about it, partner. And let's face it, when they get away from defenders, those guys are quick. And when they go over the top of people and use their bodies, they're just thick. But let's face it, what we're seeing right now are catches that are simply sick.
Well, you brought your A game. You're fired up over those catches, aren't you?
Can't help it. Even as a former defensive back, I've got to tip my cap to these guys. They are balling.
I appreciate it. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Play action. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the... And that's caught inside the 35. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the visiting Cardinals who get the road victory. 24-8, the final score. From there, we head up to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. 28-14 was your final score. And finally, on Monday Night Football, should be a good one there, between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. Taken about 7 yards deep, and the half will begin with a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They come out here with a 0 on the set in that locker room. That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. Smith catches left side. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and long.
And Burrow going to throw again. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Darrell Taylor in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain. Still a ways to go, though. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect, scoring some points.
And to get it on the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Want to throw it short.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. All the talk when Russell Wilson came into the league about his height, you know, those big defensive linemen, can he get the ball over him? You get him outside the pocket like that, doesn't really matter.
No, it really doesn't, and you're exactly right. Many people dinged him for that and said, how's he going to see over NFL linemen? He never did, right? At whatever level, he saw through them and found pockets and windows to throw the football. But as you noted, when he's outside the pocket and his vision is totally clear, oh, look out, because he's going to find someone downfield, as we just saw there.
They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Mixon's the ball carrier.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Burrow's pass.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
At the Seahawks 39-yard line.
To the air again, Burrow. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
The 34-yard line.
Again, it's Burrow. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Darrell Taylor has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
He's NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Now, Bengals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here's Burrow. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Irv Smith Jr., his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Point conversion is no good.
So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort, at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing anything else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on to it at second down. He lets it fly from Lockett. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The Seahawks on third down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Rolling to his left. Going for Metcalf on the deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, 49 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. He's back to throw here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Bobby Wagner and the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And they'll get this down to the 10. That gain of 15 gets them on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. He's been pretty good when he's had time. The issue is, as we see here, a lot of times he hasn't had the time.
And a lot of that in getting past it is attitude. How's he projecting? Is he showing that the other team is getting to him? Is he showing his guys up front that he's upset, that he's angry, or is he still encouraging? Because those guys, they've got to find a way to pick it up, and it always happens a little bit better if they feel like their quarterback's on their side.
So far, 5. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
First down, Seahawks.
They run it with Carson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
This is Carson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Chris Carson. He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 4. And it's third.
On third down, Carson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's now fourth down.
Teams meet, but until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Seahawks, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon.